Morning, Quarterback Club. Unfortunately, last time we get to talk to you this year, we went into sub-state for boys basketball on Tuesday of last week and played against Haven. We were the 6th seed coming in. Our record was 7-12. Haven was the 3 seed, although they were right there between them and Lions for the 2 and the 3. Two really good basketball teams. Both of them we competed with really well. The previous time we played Haven was a 7-point game, 41-34. We put in some ideas, some thoughts, some things we thought might be effective against them. And unfortunately, those things went out the window pretty quickly as Haven was ready to play. They got after us early, and we didn't shoot the ball well early. I felt like we were extremely tentative in that first quarter. We told our guys to go out and play and that they couldn't dilly-dally, but yet I thought we just tried to find the perfect place to shoot the ball every time against their zone. And there's not a lot of perfect places against their 1-3-1. I tell you, Coach Paramore does a fantastic job running that 1-3-1 and teaching his kids what to do with it. And they have the athletes to be able to do it. End of the first quarter, we were down 17-3. So it was definitely not the way we wanted to open that game. Didn't even get a lot of shots up in that first quarter. Second quarter, we got outscored 11-5, so we were down 28-8 at the half. Credit to our young men. I thought they battled and competed when they came back out and got after it a little bit in that third quarter. We told our kids we had to get some stops and be able to score points on the other end. Bad part was we only got half of that done. I believe we had about 5 or 6 straight stops on the defensive end. Problem was on the offensive end, we came up with nothing. We just still could not score. As a matter of fact, the third quarter, scoring-wise for us, was our worst quarter of all the quarters. We only scored 2 points in the third quarter. However, we held them to their least as well, as we only gave up 7. Unfortunately, that put us down 35-10 at the end of the third quarter. So we're down 25. We're really nearing that 30-point plateau of having a running clock. But fourth quarter, I thought our kids, again, they never quit. And that was the story of this team all season. They never quit, never gave up. They kept competing. We came out, we opened up the fourth quarter, were able to cut the lead a little bit. And by the time all was said and done, we got a 25-point game back down to an 18-point game. We ended up losing 44-26. So, like I said, our score the previous time, we gave up 41. This time we gave up 44. And then we only scored 26. Last time we scored 34. So we knew we'd have to score more points. We knew we would have to shut their offense down a little bit more. And unfortunately, we weren't able to do either one of those two things. So it was disappointing from that regard. But again, I was really proud of our guys and the way they competed this year, with COVID and everything else. We just had a lot of ups and downs, and I still felt like night in, night out, our guys did what we asked them to do. And I thought as the season progressed, we got better. Again, we lose some really, really solid seniors. Jake Lucas, who had a phenomenal season for us. I thought Jake was fantastic in the things that he did for us this season. Ty Miller, again, of course, coming back after 2 weeks being gone and having to try to step back in. I thought Ty had a heck of a season, competed extremely well. Ryan Helene, our point guard, Ryan had a great season, distributed the ball well. Just had a rough last night, but overall, he averaged over 4 assists per game. Brant Hebel did an excellent job for us as well this year, undersized post, but continued to compete against everybody we put him up against. Jalen Elseth had some ankle injuries throughout the season, one in the early part of the season and again in the late part of the season, so kind of a struggle for him to be able to finish up, but I thought Jalen did the things we asked him to do, competed, got after it. And then Aiden Everett. Aiden was another one as well. Hadn't played a lot. Started basketball up again his sophomore year and stuck with it. And I was proud of Aiden for what he did this year in our program and how he helped us out in practice and the things he did when he did get in the games. Extremely proud of Aiden and what he accomplished. And then Cameron Rogers was our manager this year. Cameron had played for us for the 3 previous seasons, and we were able to get him into the senior night game as well. But Cameron wanted to back up a little bit and become a manager and allow other people to accept a role, and that was that sacrifice we greatly appreciated from him. But against Haven Lysell Stewart was our leading scorer with 7. He also had 6 rebounds. Ryan Helene also had 7. And Vincent Pickering off the bench, a sophomore, had 6. So some decent things there. Haven was led by Roper. He had 13 points. Just a solid night for him. Just to kind of fill you in on how things wrapped up over the weekend, on Friday, that meant that Lions played Haven. Haven ends up winning that game. And Heston played Southeast to Saline. Heston won that game. Both games were close. But again, that put up a championship game between Haven and Heston on Saturday night. That game was close as well. It was a 6-point game previously this year and ends up being right around that again this time. Very competitive ball game, and Heston ends up winning. So Heston represents our sub-state and goes on to state. They will play Tuesday night against Wichita Trinity. So the first rounds of the quarterfinals, as they're called. So they'll play Wichita Trinity. Another league school for us also qualified, and that was Hillsboro. Hillsboro won on a last-second shot over Hutch Trinity in El Saline. I think they were playing in Brookville there. And so last-second shot, Brecken Ratzlaff ends up hitting it. So Hillsboro makes it to state as well. So 2 of our teams make it to state out of our league, so we're extremely pleased with that and wish them all the best of luck. I want to thank you guys for checking in and looking over this every week. Again, difficult not to be able to see you guys and be able to get some intriguing questions like we usually get during our time together. But again, successful season, I think, from the growth of our team. Record-wise, we'd like to see some improvements going forward. Our JV and our freshman teams, our C teams, both had winning records, so I was extremely pleased with that. I want to make sure I thank our assistant coaches again, Alan Meyer, who's been with me for a number of seasons, and also Michael Ryan, who was new for us this year, came to us from Central Plains. So we're extremely happy to have those guys on board. I think our JV boys ended up with 10 wins or 9 wins. And our C team also ended up with 9 wins. So, like I said, extremely pleased with that. So, again, hopefully next year when we have a chance to meet, we'll be able to talk in person and be able to share some of our stories. So, until then, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later.
Hey, guys, this is Dylan Grunsel from Bethany College Women's Soccer. Just giving you a little update on our season. I played over the weekend against Sterling College, beating them 4-2. So it's a good win for us. Get back in the win column, score some goals. I said did an excellent job in the game. With this week, kind of a big week for us in regards to just how we position ourselves for the conference tournament. We host Tabor on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and then we travel to Bethel on Saturday at 1 p.m. If we win both those games, that'll move us to 5-4-1 in the conference with 1 game left, and it puts us in a chance to possibly finish 3rd or 4th and host the first round of playoffs. So that's our goal. We have those 2 games, and we have York down the road. I believe that game is on the 24th. So like I said, hoping to end the season strong, and then we have a couple scrimmages coming up against some junior colleges to keep us fresh and then also help us with the recruiting side of things. So again, thanks for all you guys do, and look forward to seeing you guys at the game on Wednesday. Thank you.
Hey guys, so we wrestled our national tournament this last weekend. Trey Mason, he ended up going 0-2, so not super excited about it, but he wrestled pretty well, battled in both matches. Ended up losing the first one 3-1. The guy scored off our shot, and then second match just went down big, gave up 6 points, getting thrown to his back, and then ended up losing the match 8-2. So done with this year. It's been kind of crazy, but I'm just excited to kind of take a little time off here for the guys and then just get right back to it. We've had so many guys already back in the weight room, already on the mat. They're excited, they're hungry, so the best is yet to come for Swede wrestling, so we're ready to get back to work. All right guys, hope you guys are doing well. Bye.
Well, hey folks, hello, good morning, how are you doing? How's everything going? At this point in time, I think we all know that our spring games have been canceled. However, we have just created a plan over the weekend that I think will be advantageous, and the young people will love it. We're going to do a spring football game April 7th. We're going to also do a meal afterwards for the guys. The coaches cook and serve for them. We're going to try to tie that back into our servant leadership. My wife reminded me of one of the things that I really found great about Bethany, and that is the washing of feet by showing servant leadership. So we're going to probably tie that in as well. We're going to invite families that are safe, and we'll do with everything within the restrictions of COVID and county standards. But we'll also do the spring football game. At this point in time, more than likely will be an inter-squad game, making sure it's a limited piece and make sure that we're able to safely do this. We'll have our practices leading up to it, and again, Saturday, April 17th, about 12 noon, will be the spring game. Hope everyone's doing well. We are still returning and getting a lot of LOIs. I mean, we're still going to be, we're creating a destination program. A lot of young people have signed with us. They know what we're doing. They know where we're going. Community-based work study program is actually increasing with participants in the community. Families are really targeting Bethany College, and we're going to do very well. You all have a great day.
Good morning, this is Oliver Rubenstein, Bethany golf coach, just updating you on how the program's been going. Last week we were in Midland with the girls. Actually turned out being a very small field. A couple teams dropped out, another team finished up being disqualified. So as bad as we played, we finished up taking second place. So that was okay. The girls are struggling with 1 or 2 injuries right now. Well, 3 injuries actually. 3 girls in the top that usually play top 5 golf are all struggling with shoulder injuries. 2 of those are still managing to play. One of them isn't going to be able to play for the rest of the semester. She's usually our 1 or 2 girl, so that's going to be a big hit for us, but that is what it is. Down in Bartlesville today and tomorrow with the guys. This is their first tournament of the spring semester. There's a lot of good teams playing here, a lot of teams from our conference as well, so it gives us a good look to see how we're kind of at 2 weeks out from our first conference tournament. So we play 36 holes today, 18 holes tomorrow. We're at Hillcrest Country Club. Golf course is in great shape, the weather is fantastic, so we'll see how we do. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Quarterback Club. Welcome to another warm week of a good track training. Just give you a couple updates on the program. We are planning for our first meet March 20th, and now, as is, we'll be going to Pratt Community College, new facility, so we'll be excited about that. I got a lot of good kids that we're really pumped up to watch. Not many other updates. We had 9 all-scholar athletes for our indoor conference championships, but besides that, just doing a lot of recruiting, staying on the road, staying after it. So go Swedes. Peace.